Okay, I've gotten some requests to show how I thin the Monument Hobbies Pro Acyl paints. Um, I'm going to add some of this black red, and I'll grab some of this airbrush flow improver from Vallejo. Add a couple drops of that. Mix it up. There you go. If you want it more transparent, you can add a little more water. Just a little bit. I'll just grab this guy here. Let's do a little bit on his chest here. Just going to go in here and outline all the different muscles and wrinkles in his stomach. And down here I'm going to add some striping to his belly. And paint the insides of his legs and tail. Just using short bursts, following the contours. It's good to have tight trigger control when you're doing these fine details. Just kind of bursting the color into the areas that you want. Here I'm going to go along the sides of the necks and his armpits. But yeah, it works really good. The arsenal of colors they have is fantastic, so I highly recommend them if you're looking to add some new paints to your collection. Of course, you can just mist from far away as well. I want to give this guy kind of a reddish chest here to offset these mouths. I'm going to, if you've noticed now, it's really thin because of the water. But yeah, that's about it. I mean, every color is a bit different. Some need less thinning, some need more. But they're all pretty much the same. Just highly recommend this flow improver. Stuff is great. All right, we're not going to end it there. We're going to move along. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop working on this Hydra here. I'm going to bring in this red dragon that I've been working on. I'm going to add some more red to the thin mix I have to make it a little bit more vibrant so you can see. Now I'm going to go in here and paint on top of these wing digits to darken them up a bit. Go along the knuckles and any area that I want it to be a little darker. You can see I can add little spots and little mottling with this paint as well. Just really fun to just kind of get yourself lost painting different organic creatures, especially dragons, which are my all-time favorites. Do some stippling here, just to break it up. And then we'll also use this color, and we're going to add some slight veining to the wings. Now this can be a bit intimidating, but it's not as hard as it looks. You kind of just gotta hold your breath and just go. Now what I'm doing here is I'm adding some weird kind of wiggly, irregular lines onto the wings. You can see here I go onto the paper towel here to, just practice my finger pressure, because sometimes I go a little heavy-handed, and I don't want that. I want that to be nice and thin, but I kind of do this weird jagged, wiggly line, starting from the inside of the knuckles out towards the end of the wings. And right towards the end, I kind of let go of the trigger and bring the airbrush upward. Kind of softens it a bit. And the nice part is if you want to add a little extra, vein popping off, you can just come back in and just do that. Add as much as you want. I want them to be really subtle. The transparent red works really well for this. And even if some of them break up here and there, that's fine. Now you can also do this with a darker, more opaque red, but then you have to go over it with another color to kind of like soften it down. So I like to do this way. That looks really cool. I'm going to do a little bit of large mottling and spraying here. Kind of like sink it down a bit. This kind of just breaks up the same old coloration. And it's optional. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some black and add some black to this red. And I'm going to, of course, add a bit more flow improver. And I'm going to paint more black onto this dragon. So here, I've added a bunch of black to the various parts on his scales, to the spikes on his back, wingtip spots. Just kind of went nuts. If I ever have any leftover paint left, I just kind of like want to use it all up, or I'll add another color to it just to add some shading or shadows. So, but now that that's done, we need to clean the airbrush. So I'll add some water first. Let's take this here and we'll spray it into this paper towel here. Just like that. Let's reseat the needle. And just spray the color on out. And I'm going to dump the water out. I'm going to add some isopropyl alcohol. I'm going to take my brush and just kind of like clean out the paint cup, swish it around, and then dump that out, and then add some simple green. I'll then stir it around with my brush, and I'll move on to a Q-tip. And I'll clean the cup out with a Q-tip here. Well, a simple green can be kind of aggressive, so you want to use it sparingly, and you don't want to leave it sitting in your airbrush overnight. Okay, so once that's out, we'll add a little bit more water with a little bit of Acyl, and then we'll flush out the rest of the color. Add a bit more isopropyl here. Just keep flushing it out and spray it till it's clear. Alright, that about wraps this video up. If you guys like this kind of content, then feel free to join my superfan tier, and we get more tutorials with painting monsters and creatures and other various things. You also get full access to my gallery, showcasing years and years of different kits that I've painted, as well as current releases. So yeah, if you kind of dig this kind of video and want to see some more, then feel free to join today. Your support really does help, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thanks for watching.